Afternoon guys, here we are. Snuck out again the afternoon of the night before, I suppose. Back to exactly nearly exactly the same spot last night. Late yesterday afternoon. Give or take a couple of metres. We're just a couple of metres shallow yesterday afternoon. The amount of break-offs through snags was just... Yes, that summed it up just nicely actually. It would have been... We went through the process yesterday of basically every bait we had to retie. The fish were picking it up, and we're only basically at the bottom of Rickett, so sort of if you know the bottom of Rickett, you know that there's a few ripper little ledges that you fish off, or you can fish off, and that's where we were yesterday, but just a couple of metres too far north and just dragging gear up over the edge, and every time it just snag up and break us off. So a little bit of rework of the gear last night. Well, I know in my case it was a little bit of rework. I'm not quite sure. I haven't seen what Barry's done. I know all the braid went to. You're on? No. All my 12-pound braid loader went to 40-pound mysteriously this morning, and gone back a little bit technology-wise to some old faithful gear running. I'll do a quick lap round the boat. Weather's a little bit ordinary, blowing a little bit. Not a lot of wave height, but the wind's a little bit fluky. We suspect and hope that the forecast will hold true and it'll just flatten out a little bit this afternoon for us again. So, but we'll see what happens. Quick run round the boat. There's the live fibre. Dragged that old faithful from last year, another Wayne custom, up on a little, I don't know what size, like a 4,000 boat runner. Actually gone back to a little bit of mono today just to try and stop some of the breaks. The Beast, which did the business last night for me. Barry's running the Pro Angler stick again. Just give it a crack, see how we can go. Running the Eggy and running the Stees on the Johnny Morris? Yeah. Johnny Morris blank. It's basically a rod out of the States, worth bugger all. Outside that, not much to report at the moment. Actually got a little bit of fresh bait today because it's just the bottom. Very few blokes around. A couple of blokes just going. One bloke just swinging past us right now, but that's sort of to be expected, I suppose. Just 2 or 3 metres past the front's perfectly acceptable. You just gotta love them at times, honest to God. If they saved what they sent down to bang home, they'd be a hell of a lot smarter, you know. But what can you do? What can you do? You just tolerate it and be done with it. Outside that, not much action at the moment. We'll just see how it pans out. Very few other blokes around at the moment, if the truth be known, apart from our mate just looking like he's going to come from 50 metres one side to 50 metres the other, which is excellent. And we've just slightly repositioned our anchoring position from yesterday because, as I said, we were just a little bit too far up on the bank. We're trying to fish a little bit more vertical today. So far, like, the wind's blowing us around a bit. It's a little bit fluky, but at this stage, at least we're getting baits back and things like that without having to retie every rig. But in saying that, that's, you know, where we fish. You know, it's called terminal tackle for a reason, and you know, you go through it. You just go through it. It's just part and parcel of fishing where we fish. For those blokes that haven't fished up here, or, you know, have trouble with it, do fish a little bit heavier. Your leaders and things like that. Don't be afraid to run a fair size. Oops, hang on, this could be promising. No, just old Phil again. And at that, another one gone. You do have to keep working your rods though, guys. If you tend to fish here, or if you don't fish here often and you want to come and have a crack at it, it's not the sort of place, I mean, I'm standing around talking at the moment, but it's not the sort of place where you can just chuck some baits out, sit down and go, oh geez, I'll have a sleep and a coffee and a chat and a this and a that. You are constantly on the go, just making sure that baits don't snag. You know, it happens unbelievably regularly. Last night we were a little bit unprepared, I suppose, for what we went through. We hadn't today. Today we left all the gar and the squid gear basically at home. It's a little bit lumpy for it, so we're not going to do it anyway. But we'll see what happens. We'll just run with it from there. All right, guys. Till later.